again. Hopefully, the power decided to not want to go out again. But restart that real quick. Everything, it decided just want to shut itself down as well. So I had to restart everything, including both San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia's forecast. I had to get the models back up and all that kind of stuff. So one more second as I try to fix everything back up again. Everything should be back to normal now. Get that. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, we should be good now. Okay, so we're actually gonna go on and start this time, and hopefully not have another power issue from Dominion Energy. But let's go on and talk with the recorded audience. But before we do that, let's actually go on and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, as we're trying to get to 475 subscribers at least by tonight, and get to obviously the long-term goal 500. We are one subscriber away. From our goal, short-term goal of 475, and we are also only around 26 away from our goal of 500, the main goal, 26 away. Yeah, so we're getting closer and closer by the day, and so make sure that you go on and do that. Anyways, let's go on and get started with the forecast for tonight. Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, you want to have a fantastic Wednesday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson. Let's go and talk about the weather for your Wednesday evening going into your future. Now, looking at the radar right now, you can see that there is not a lot except for a little shower, maybe a downpour going on over here, just to the west of Ondaw, South Carolina. And then, other than that, that's pretty much it. Nothing else really going on. Going into the entire United States, we do have some rain and some storms going on in Georgia, Alabama, going to Mississippi and Louisiana as well. I know New Orleans, for example, getting some winds right now of up to 50 miles per hour as a storm goes through there. Also over here inside of Texas, we do have some tennis ball-sized hail falling over here in Llano, Texas, and Burnett, Texas as well. Storms going on in the panhandle of Texas as well. We also do have some rainfall going on in Kansas, going into Colorado, and then up here in the northern U.S., we also do have some rain going on up here, even into Michigan, and over here in the Pacific Northwest, just scattered shower activity. So overall, pretty active. I will say pretty active throughout pretty much all of the U.S. Going into our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now is showing some kind of clear conditions. PD region, Grand Strand overall, looking clear. Upstate, cloud cover is very thinned out right along that North Carolina and Georgia border of ours, going up there into Tennessee as well. And then also over there near Augusta as well. Low country is receiving a couple of clouds, but it's coastal Charleston County going into parts of inland Charleston County, but overall really staying on that coast. Going into cloud cover for the future, as we go on and push this forward right here, cloud cover as we push into tonight, into tomorrow morning, you can see that cloud cover will continue to just be persistent. And then as we go into tomorrow afternoon, into tomorrow evening, you can see that cloud cover is still there. So honestly, at this point, we might never see the sun again. At this point, that's a joke. But we have not seen the sun for a hot minute now. It's been a hot minute since we've seen the sun for a lot of areas. Obviously, you have some peaks here and there, but overall, we're not expected to see any more clear skies as we go through the next 24 hours, and this might last all the way into the weekend as well. So we will continue to see what happens there. Current temperatures right now 77 in Columbia as well as 73 in Winsboro, 71 in Rock Hill as well as 71 in Union, 71 in Greenville as well as 79 in Augusta, 79 in Walterboro as well as 77 in Charleston, 75 in Moncks Corner as well as even 77 up there near Conway, 79 in Beaufort as well. Going to your low temperatures for tonight, 63 in Greenville, 63 in Spartanburg, as well as 64 in Rock Hill, 64 in Newberry, as well as 67 in Columbia, 67 in Sumter and Florence, 70 in Myrtle Beach, 69 in Georgetown, as well as 73 in Charleston, 75 in Hilton Head Island, as well as 69 in Walterboro. Going into your rainfall for tonight. Rainfall for tonight is actually showing some kind of heavy conditions as we go into like the low country. You can see overall that rainfall activity is pretty much going to be a lot from a half an inch to an inch in Walterboro, a quarter of an inch to a half an inch for Hilton Head Island, and even Moncks Corner, as well, a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch for King Street, Georgetown, and then maybe even Sumter as well, tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch going into Orangeburg and Aiken as well. Then a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch also possible up there near Spartanburg, hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch for Anderson, as well as Myrtle Beach and Florence. Going up there into Chirag as well. So overall, just a lot of rainfall in this area right here from the southern Midlands to the low country and the PD region as well. Going into severe weather. Marginal risk of severe weather. Let's go on and see if this is updated any at all, which actually has. There is actually no more marginal risk of severe weather at all, as it is now just a thunderstorm risk. Columbia, Aiken, Florence, going all the way through the rest of South Carolina, except for over there near like Rock Hill, Newberry, maybe up there just north of Columbia as well. But overall, just thunderstorm risk going into tomorrow. A marginal risk of severe weather from Rock Hill going all the way down towards the coastal region. That is for wind mainly. There is a little hail threat, but that's for like the southern low country of South Carolina and the coastal. Now the big day, obviously Friday, May the 30th, 2025, a slight risk of severe weather for Greenville, Spartanburg going into Rock Hill, Columbia, Aiken, and Florence, as well. Marginal risk for Charleston, Hilton Head Island, and Myrtle Beach as well. Now, there has been some talk of a potential upgrade to an enhanced risk of severe weather for Friday, and if that happens, that might have to be a day that we go live for. I don't know exactly yet. But overall, we're potentially looking at some significant severe weather on Friday. Again, mainly a wind threat, if I was to say so. I'm pretty sure wind and a hail threat is the main threat. But again, a tornado threat, even, when it gets to an enhanced risk of severe weather, you can pretty much expect, if not a huge tornado threat, at least a little tornado threat. But again, that's up to them to decide. We'll talk more about this tomorrow evening, though, and especially on Friday, as we'll see how this pans out. Going into our excessive rainfall. We're going to talk about excessive rainfall now. And as you can see, there is obviously no excessive rainfall for tonight. That is obviously expected. And then as you go into tomorrow, marginal risk of excessive rainfall, Greenwood, Augusta going to Columbia, Sumter, Orangeburg, down to Somerville and Charleston, Conway, Myrtle Beach, and Florence as well. As you go into Friday, marginal risk of excessive rainfall going in for the entire state of South Carolina on Friday. Saturday, nothing, and Sunday, nothing. So overall, tomorrow and Friday, especially Friday, watch for some minor flooding. Now as we go on, and let's look at our model. So we're going to look over here. We're going to go over here. And we're going to start off, obviously, at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. As we go on and push this forward, obviously past 9 p.m. going into tomorrow, like around 12, like the next couple hours, like 12 o'clock in the morning. Rainfall, still, some light shower activity in the upstate, but overall, not much, and then maybe some more going on. But again, nothing too concerning. And then as we get into, obviously, tomorrow afternoon, some thunderstorm activity starts to push in. If you don't remember, day 2, showed a marginal risk from pretty much just to the south and east of Rock Hill down towards the coastal regions as well. And you can definitely see some thunderstorms going on, and that will continue all the way through 3 to 4 p.m. And then just this cluster of rain and shower activity and thunderstorm activity going through, even to around the evening hours as well. And this is 8 p.m. tomorrow night as well. You can just see this kind of like line right here that could potentially have some gusty winds with it, potentially. And then as we continue even into tonight, you can see around 11 p.m. to around 12 a.m. shower and downpour activity goes on inside the PD region as well. And then it pushes out, and then overall, it dries out a lot. But this is obviously our main threat right here at 2 p.m. May the 30th on Friday. You can see this rainfall activity and this kind of just line that moves through, and you can easily see that this is a damaging wind threat. It's linear, it's not in little pockets or anything like that, so this is definitely going to be a gusty or damaging wind threat. And if you even go further into the future, you can see that storm system, again, this is not exactly how it's going to play out, but it can look something like this. And with the ingredients in place, you can see obviously the pretty much this band of, gusts 60, 70 miles per hour moving through the state, going all the way towards the coastal regions as well. And maybe a slight risk could be extended all the way towards the coastal regions as well. And like they said, even an update or an upgrade could potentially be possible. But that's pretty much it there. We're going to start off 2 p.m. on Friday, kind of where or 2 p.m. on Saturday, this is. And as we go on and push this forward, you can see that, not really as much rainfall. We do have some around us, but overall it's not really impacting us much until we get to around June the 5th. Some rainfall with some shower and downpour activity goes on. And then even as you go through around June the 7th, June the 8th as well, rainfall and downpour activity just very consistent. Now, once we get to around June the 11th, that's kind of when stuff starts to get a little bit too out of whack, even June the 10th as well. Just a bit too far out. And so overall, this rainfall activity will pretty much come back around June the 5th. But for now, once we get past around Friday and Saturday, we'll be a bit dry probably until around next week, like mid next week. So that's it there. Let's go on and look. At the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, the score that we see, how crazy the weather is inside of South Carolina. It is not made by me. It is made obviously by a bot that I do not make at all. I guess I kind of programmed it, but I did not. I don't make them. So right now, as we go into tonight, the weather crazy score right now is actually pretty low. It's not too high. It's not inside the calm category. It's actually inside the mild category. It is inside of the mild category, and it's pretty much inside the slightly breezy or cloudy, but no major concerns. And honestly, I can agree with that. There's not really going to be too much happening. Maybe just some leftover thunderstorm activity. And then obviously, just clearing. It's going to start to become drier. And I don't mean clear by clouds. I mean clear by showers, downpours, all that kind of stuff. And so that's why we have that there at a 28. Obviously, still cloudy. But as we go on and move into our next area, which is our audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Also, before we go in and do that, we've had 26 people tune in. Why do we only have 6 likes? We should at least have a good 15, 16, 17 likes right now. We've had 26 people tune in. Why do we only have 6 likes? It's not that hard. All you got to do is just go on and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button as well if you're new. But all you need to do is have an account. That's all you need. Let's start off with the audience tonight. My name says, thanks, Jay. No problem for that. I know what you're talking about. That says, good evening. I heard you had a power outage. Glad to see you are back up and running. Can you tell me what Jamaica will be looking like for the next few days? I think we will come back to that. We'll come back to that in just a second. Mr. Oliver says, good evening. Much drier day at my house. It was very humid. I would have appreciated a breeze. I can't wait to get the drought update tomorrow. Have you heard about this the Sahara storm that is coming through the Gulf? Will it affect us in the Low Country? Personally, I have not seen anything about a Sahara dust storm. But actually, one thing I do want to show, though, since we're here, I believe, where is it? I believe this is it right here. I don't know if you guys have heard about the tropical depression that's going on inside the Pacific right now. Let me go on and show that real quick. Here it is right here. Tropical depression is and it's expected to become a tropical storm. This is over here just to the west of Mexico. And it is going to impact over here inside of Mexico as we get into around 12 p.m. on Sunday. And right now, maximum sustained winds 35 miles per hour, and again, expected to become a tropical storm. Now, how strong exactly? Overall, I think they're expecting it right now to get probably around 80 miles per hour. 80 mile per hour wind gusts, 65 mile per hour sustained winds, but that's again out there in the ocean, and that will be Friday at around 2 o'clock in the morning when it's at its peak, most likely. But that's just what's going on there. I did want to show that though, because I know I have been seeing a lot more of it. I forgot to mention it, but that's what is going on there. Obviously, nothing going on in the Atlantic, as our season still hasn't even started yet. But that's that. I did want to just talk about that real quick. Talking about the rest of the chat, Cheryl says, greetings everyone, greetings to you. My cousin Cheryl says, hey the man, how are you doing? Hope all is well. I'm at work. Keep up the good work. Love you to the moon and back. Love, cousin Cheryl. Thank you so much for that comment. Thank you so much for being here tonight and while you're even at work as well. And so that's pretty much it. So first, let me go and talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and then Philadelphia, and then we'll go on internationally. But talking about San Antonio first, low temperatures tonight 73, high temperatures tomorrow at 92, low temperatures tomorrow night at 74. There is a slight chance of thunderstorms tonight, and a slight chance of thunderstorms again tomorrow during the day and tomorrow night as well. Now, in terms of severe weather, we do have a marginal risk of severe weather. You do have a marginal risk of severe weather for tonight. That is for wind and hail. Overall, just an isolated storm threat, nothing really to be worried about. Going into tomorrow, you also have a marginal risk of severe weather. That is for, again, wind and hail, an isolated storm threat. And then past that, that's pretty much it. In terms of excessive rainfall, tomorrow, minor flooding could be an issue, so definitely watch for that. Now let's go on and move on to Raleigh. Low temperatures tonight, 64. High temperatures tomorrow at 84. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 66. Showers are likely tonight, and patchy fog is also expected tonight. And then a chance of thunderstorms tomorrow during the day, and then thunderstorms likely tomorrow night as well. No severe weather tonight, but a marginal risk of severe weather is in effect for Thursday. That is for just some 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And then also, you're inside that big slight risk of severe weather for Friday as well, probably a wind and another hail threat. In terms of excessive rainfall tomorrow and Friday, minor risk of flooding. And then Philadelphia being the last one, low temperatures tonight 56, high temperatures tomorrow at 76, low temperatures tomorrow night at 62, with rain expected tonight and then during the day tomorrow, no precipitation, and then a slight chance of showers going into tomorrow night. In terms of severe weather, no severe weather is expected through the next 8 days. And then in terms of excessive rainfall, you could have some minor flooding on Friday. And then that's it. So that's what we're looking at for those 3 locations. Let's go on and go internationally now. So we're going to move on down here real quick. I'll just go over here to the Western Atlantic real quick. That should be good right there. So here we go right here. Let me go on and push this up over here as well so I can go, because it was focused on South Carolina, so I have to focus it now towards Jamaica now. Here we go right here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there it is right there, kind of like at like the bottom. Well, actually, no, that actually works perfectly. That actually works like very good. Not really. Hold on, let me go on and fix this again. There we go. But here we go right here. You can see that there is, right now, nothing, just rainfall going on, even as you go into the 29th, going into the 30th as well, and then the 31st as well. So I'm not quite sure how long you mean. You just said like the next couple of days. So I'm just going to, go forward, and just overall just looks like an active period of rainfall as you go through like the next like 4 or 5 days-ish or so. And overall, this is June the 6th right here. I believe so. And overall, there's not really a whole bunch going on there. So except for just rainfall, obviously, but I mean overall, it just shows rainfall rates from around a half an inch all the way up to an inch, maybe two, as you go through the next 200 hours or so. Now, how hot will it be? I actually cannot do that because it's not focused inside the U.S. Let me see if I can go to another one. I do not believe I can, so I can't say anything temperature-wise, but rainfall-wise, it will be active for sure as you go through the next couple of days, though. But that's it there. Let me check and see if we have anything else inside the chat real quick. No, I do not see anything else. You did ask, will it affect us inside the low country in terms of the Sahara dust storm? I mean, I don't. I mean, it probably won't be anything. Just like I know, like you're talking about in Florida and the Gulf Coast. And it will affect hurricane season a little bit, but overall, I think they're just really just talking about the Gulf Coast. I don't think we have anything to worry about here in like South Carolina or anything like that. But that's the last thing there. Let's go on and talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States one more time. Severe thunderstorms capable of very large hail damaging winds and a few tornadoes will continue through tonight across parts of the central and southern plains. Heavy rain will pose a threat for flash flooding across portions of the central and coastal Texas region. Thunderstorms may also cause isolated wind damage across the southeast, as well as all the way into Friday. Maybe even the weekend as well. Maybe even the weekend. It's hot over there in places like Las Vegas and California, where they have extreme heat warnings out over there for Las Vegas as well. It will be around like 105 degrees, for example, over there inside of Las Vegas. Now, in terms of just heat index, that will probably be in the probably in around like the high or the low 100s. Still, I don't think the heat index is going to be that high. They're really just staying where the temperatures are, if not even lower than where the temperatures are. So I honestly don't think that will be pretty much a problem, but there could be a chance that somebody could see a low temperature of 80 over there as well. But overall, I believe that's all going on there. Even with power issues, we still got it done tonight. So that's a great opportunity for you to go on and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button. We have 8 people watching now, and we've had 39 people tuned in. Why do we have only 7 likes? We have 40 people tuned in, or tuned in tonight, and we only have 7 likes. We can get more likes than that. We can get way more likes than that. Everyone needs to go on, hit the like button if you have not already. Hit the subscribe button as well. We're at 474, trying to get to 500. 474, trying to get to 500. And it only takes around 2 seconds, so it should not take that long at all. But I will be back tomorrow morning with your Thursday morning forecast update. Make sure that you're here tomorrow night, because we will be talking about the drought monitor. We will be talking about the drought monitor tomorrow night, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see with all that rainfall that we just got, and what's even more on the way tomorrow. What are they going to say in terms of our drought? So I will be back tomorrow.